New York City is the home of Broadway, Lincoln Center, Carnegie Hall, Radio City, Madison Square Garden, the Apollo Theater, jazz clubs, cabarets, and many other historic venues. On any given night, you will hear some of the world's finest musicians performing here. These are the New York musicians of Local 802, who bring music into your lives while making New York City a vibrant cultural capital and an international tourist destination. These musicians provide the soundtracks to New York and American life.
The pandemic's been pretty brutal. I guess I could say that where it hit me the hardest was in my neighborhood, where we lost 6,000 residents in Jackson Heights alone. My wife and I both got sick. We both lost our jobs. She works for the airline industry and I work for Broadway.
And I'll never forget the day, March 12th. My life was kind of swept underneath me. I found out Broadway had shut down. We had less than 24 hours notice.
The pandemic has basically shut all of my work down. I don't have any work without any possibility of working until September. It's really put a hampering on my ability to live and to function in New York City.
I'm a French horn player with the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra here at Lincoln Center. We have been out of work, unpaid by the Met Opera since April 1st, which has been devastating to the orchestra's morale and our financial well-being.
The pandemic has affected my household greatly because my husband's a bassoonist as well, so we have no income coming in right now.
Pretty much 98% of my work has been canceled since the pandemic has started. It made it very difficult to just live, and my health insurance is about to run out.
I'm also worried about my colleagues' health insurance, all the issues that we're facing right now. Many of us are going through our savings, and we're looking at being out of work for almost a year and a half.
I just want everyone to know that New York musicians are still struggling. Please do not forget about us. It has been so long and we have no idea when we're coming back. The arts are a creative outlet for all of us, and to have that stripped away is really heartbreaking. It affects our mental health. It affects our ability to live and function as people. We just want folks to know that we want to get back to work and want to do so safely and as quickly as we possibly can.
While other cities have been able to slowly return, the live entertainment sector remains locked down and will not be able to open for at least 12 to 18 months, if not longer. With no relief in sight, musicians have lost jobs, income, and health insurance, forcing many to leave New York City for good. New York's music ecosystem that once supported nearly 60,000 jobs, accounted for roughly $5 billion in wages, and generated a total yearly income output of $21 billion, has been shut down hard, and there is currently no timeline for bringing it back.
One way this pandemic has affected me and all of the musicians that I know is that it temporarily has halted our ability to share this gift of music the way we do 8 shows a week, every night, every matinee, and to share it with all of New York City. So we're looking so forward to getting back on stage and being able to share this gift of music with you.
My name is Ann Kim. I play for the New York City Ballet, and at Lincoln Center is mostly Mozart. And both of our companies have furloughed their musicians through 2021. While this is obviously financially devastating for us, it's also really difficult for us spiritually. Musicians thirst for live music. New York City is literally in a musical drought, and we can't let this continue to happen. A city without arts is a city that's dead.
We are so anxious to get back and do what we love doing for all of you. It's been a really hard 8 months for all of us, as I know it has been for all of you out there. And please wear a mask. The sooner we all get this under control, the faster we can get back to playing music and having the Broadway shows open and get New York back to what it's supposed to be.
The arts in NYC as we know it, and the artists themselves, have been left behind in the national pandemic response and will not survive without major financial help.
We're desperate for the government and whoever else to step in and help us weather this storm and get back to performing for you as soon as possible.
A lot of our colleagues and our friends are leaving town and they're not coming back. There will come a time when it's time to reopen Broadway and reopen all of these spaces. And they're going to need us, but we've got to be able to stay. And right now we can't afford to. So any help that could come our way would be most appreciated.
As two musicians who have lost their jobs and also recovered from COVID, this has been quite the battle. One thing that we hold on to is knowing that we will come back to work and we will play music again and we will entertain hundreds and thousands of tourists and generate so much amazing money for this city that we love. But until then, we need help.
Your tax-deductible donation to Save NYC Musicians will help provide emergency relief to those dedicated musicians, preserving the musical heart and soul of New York. With your generous support, these artists who have devoted their lives to uplifting society and bringing beauty into the world through music have hope of surviving the pandemic. New York City's community of musicians looks toward the day when they can safely get back to work and perform for you again.
We are literally here waiting to get back to work. That's all we want to do.
We cannot wait to play for you.
We think that playing music in New York City is a dream job, and we can't wait to get back to making Broadway the special and unique thing it is for New York.
We're going to be the last ones to come back. We can't wait to play for you again. We love what we do. And save New York City musicians.
Save New York City musicians.
Save New York City musicians.